Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we'll quickly understand what is MoSCoW prioritization. This is one of the most commonly used prioritization techniques when you are building products. This is a very famous term in the industry as well, and we are going to see this in this session shortly. It is often called as MoSCoW method or MoSCoW analysis. It's very commonly used technique. Actually, in the term MoSCOW, both the O's are actually to be ignored. They are just added, which does not make any great impact. So it is only MSCW. The first one is M, which is nothing but must have. It describes a solution that must be satisfied in the final solution for the solution to be considered complete and a success. Remember, it must be there. Should have represents a high priority item that should be included in the solution if it is possible. Should be. The first one is a must. The second one is a should. Third is could have. It describes a requirement which is considered desirable but may not be necessary. It is not as important as a must have or as good as should have. Now W is won't have. This represents a requirement that the stakeholders have agreed will not be implemented in the current release but could be considered in the future, would be used in the future. Currently it won't be there, but in future it would be there. So that's it, MSCW. Now, the must have describes a requirement that must be satisfied in the final solution for the solution to be success. Now, what happens if this requirement is not met? Simple, cancel the project. There is no point in implementing a solution that does not meet this requirement. Is the quality, is the requirement that must have brings in picture. A rule of thumb is often used. The must have requirements do not exceed 60% of the effort. Remember, it do not exceed 60%. If this rule is followed, then it ensures contingency represents at least 40% of the total effort. So if you are not meeting the must have, it is as good as you are cancelling the project. Should have represents a high priority item. This is a critical item, but which can be satisfied in other ways if strictly necessary. It may be painful, but a solution is still viable. A solution could still work without this. A should have can be differentiated from a could have by removing the degree of pain. The term is important here. The degree of pain caused by it not being met in terms of business value or the number of people impacted. That's a very important thing. Now comes could have. It describes a requirement which is considered desirable but absolutely not necessary. If it is not a game changer, this will be included if time and resources permit. The impact will definitely be lesser if it is not included. Would have represents an item which the stakeholders have agreed not to implement in this current release but could be considered for the future. That's all. This is called a MoSCoW prioritization. Very important thing to understand. I hope it was easy to understand. If you like the channel, the content, kindly subscribe. Thank you.